Hello, it's Wilbert Mutoko here. Thank you for tuning in. Have you ever thought of what are some of the mistakes leaders make during tough times? Whether it is a disease outbreak, or it's during a recession, or maybe there is a war outbreak. There are mistakes that general people make and also mistakes that leaders make in their businesses. And today, I bring you 12 mistakes leaders make during hard times. Number one is slowness of action. One quality of a good leader is that the leader should be able to think on their feet. They need to be adaptable. They need to make quick decisions for things to happen. So slowness of action is usually caused by the fact that people are in denial. You see, individuals and the public can be in denial, but a leader cannot be in denial. When things are happening, like right now, we know that there is the coronavirus, which is ravaging countries. You cannot sit there and assume that in my company we are safe, in my department we are safe, in my country we are safe. It is not going to work like that. When you see it happening elsewhere, it's a sign that you should be doing something quickly to deal with the situation. If it means preventing, put in preventive measures, practical preventive measures, not just theoretical. So number one mistake that leaders make is just they have slowness of action. And of course, number two is acting without thinking. Quite a lot of people, when they are under pressure, they act without thinking, and they regret later. It's important for you as a leader to make sure that you think first before you act. Think first before you act. Take time. Take 5 minutes. Take 10 minutes. Take 1 hour to meditate and think. What is it that we are going to do? Jot down some notes. If you need to consult, consult. But do not act without thinking. Many leaders act without thinking, and it puts them in trouble during times of crisis. Can you imagine? Maybe you are in the war zone and you are acting without thinking. Probably you are a general and you just issue commands to your soldiers. Fire! You ask everybody to fire. And in the midst of firing, you realize that, my team is getting finished. My soldiers are getting finished. Then immediately you are thinking, should I say a retreat or should I say they should continue firing? But you are already depleting your team. So it's important for you to take your time to think before you act. Number three, avoiding consulting stakeholders. Now, when you are running a business, it goes without saying that you have stakeholders. You have your employees, you have your shareholders probably, you have your customers, you have your suppliers, you have people that you supply. There's quite a number of stakeholders. You need to engage with stakeholders as quickly as possible so that you don't make decisions and then you regret later because you did not consult with your stakeholders. Some leaders, when it's tough time, they don't talk to their employees. They don't think of what the customers are going through. So as a result, whatever decision you make will not help anybody. It will just be about you and not about the team. Number four, another mistake that leaders make during tough times is they throw away consultants. They feel like, when you continue paying a consultant, you are actually wasting money. So the best that comes to their mind is that maybe if we drop our consultants, then we are going to save money. Sometimes you think you are saving money by throwing away consultants, not knowing that if you had kept the consultants, remember, you hire a consultant because they have a lot of experience. They know they have been doing this kind of business for a long time. So probably they can bring an independent, thought. They can bring in ideas that you may not have thought as a team. So throwing away consultants without thinking first could be a danger to your organization. Number five, neglecting existing customers. Many leaders, when they are going through tough times, they neglect their existing customers. What comes to their mind is actually maybe we can acquire new customers. Remember that it's actually more difficult to acquire new customers as compared to keeping the current customers and keeping in touch with them. talking to them, reassuring them that things will be okay, telling them what you are trying to do in order to make a difference. Don't just keep quiet. Don't assume that your customers know you are doing something. Your customers could actually be very worried. Your customers could actually be going through turmoil right now. From the time the crisis started, have you reached out to your current customers? Have you reached out to your existing customers? Have you talked to them? Have you reassured them? Have you heard what are the sort of challenges they are going through right now? Because if you are not careful, this is the time when your existing customers will actually leave you and go elsewhere because they have lost hope in you because of the crisis. Number 6, stopping marketing. It looks so logical that during tough times, companies decide to stop marketing. Right? It was Peter Drucker who said, marketing and innovation are the only things that are important for a business success. Everything else is a cost. That was Peter Drucker. Marketing and innovation. So during tough times, you don't stop marketing. Many organizations, many firms, they will cut down on their marketing budget. Now, I'm not saying you should just continue spending money anyhow, but I'm saying if you can sit down and look at how you've been spending money on marketing, you could be able to cut down on certain things, but you cannot say we are no longer marketing. That's a wrong move. Marketing should actually be done more during tough times. In fact, it gives you an advantage because during tough times, many people would definitely cut their marketing budget. Even after watching this video, it's guaranteed. I believe 90% or 99% of the people watching this video will still cut their marketing budget. Why? Because many people panic too much. But if you are smart, you are a smart leader, it's time for you to market even more with less competition in marketing. Number 7 mistake that leaders make in tough times is listening to everyone. Listening to everyone. It's important to consult with all stakeholders, but you cannot afford to listen to everybody and to listen to all that everybody is saying everywhere. You are a leader. And if you are a cutting edge leader, you cannot just listen to everybody. You cannot listen to all the fabricated, information that will be sent around on social media and everywhere. You need to listen to the experts, and that's very important. Number 8. Seeking new customers. I think I've already related this one to where I was talking about neglecting existing customers. You cannot afford to be looking for new customers during troubled times. Now, it depends on your business, obviously. Yeah, there are some businesses where obviously you need some new customers for you to move to the next level. But what I'm saying is, for many of the companies around, it's not time for you to be trying to look for new customers at the expense of, taking care of your existing customers. So you could actually do both, but there must be a balance. Number 9, hiring new people. Hiring new people takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of time. You can bring in people that can actually cause problem in your current team. Unless it's very necessary, it's actually a mistake to be hiring new people in tough times. Number 10, laying off employees without thinking. Many times when a crisis happens, leaders run quickly. They start, firing people. And because you are doing it in a hurry, because you are troubled, because you are stressed, you might actually fire some people that you really needed. So I'm not saying you should not lay off people during tough times, but I'm saying you need to think through. Be sure of what you are doing. Of course, number 11, poor communication. It goes without saying, if you do not have proper communication channels, you have a problem and things are not going to work for you during tough times. Things will get worse. Don't just think good things. Let everybody know what you are thinking. And also make sure there is dialogue with all the stakeholders. And of course, lastly, number 12, spending as usual. It's not business as usual. During tough times, you cannot afford to be overspending. You cannot afford to be spending on certain things that do not bring value. You cannot afford to be buying luxuries during tough times, guys. You cannot afford to be buying luxuries during tough times. Please let me know if there are any mistakes that I've left out. Let's share. Let me learn from you. So I said mistakes leaders make during tough times. Number 1, slowness of action. Number 2, acting acting without thinking. Number 3, avoiding consulting. Number 4, throwing away consultants. Number 5, neglecting existing customers. Number 6, stopping marketing. Number 7, listening to everyone. Give me the rest. Thank you.